All right, I have found the best book on sales ever written. I've read a handful of them. I have to say, this one was something that really resonated with me, this book. I loved it. I finished it in about, 2 days. You can probably read it in a couple hours if you wanted to. And that book is a book published in 1968 and that is The Greatest Salesman in the World. Check this. If you're into sales, this is your book right here. If you're not into sales and you just want to learn how to live a better life, principles to start living more richly, guess what? This is the book for you too. It's written in a fictional way, which is refreshing to read in this kind of genre. So it was really cool to see this story. And it's essentially about these 10 scrolls that are passed down from somebody who received the scrolls, and he passes them down to somebody else, and he passes them down to somebody else. And they say, but the third person who has the scrolls, they can offer this message to the world. 10 scrolls that will help you become the greatest salesman in the world. And so they're captivating right there, right? You're wondering what's in these 10 scrolls. And while I recommend reading this book, of course, I'll just go over what the 10 scrolls are real quick. This is not going to do it justice. I'm just letting you know the content in the book. The first scroll is the power of good habits, something I am completely adamant about doing, coaching with my clients, creating positive habits. Scroll 2, greet each day with love in your heart. Scroll 3, I will persist until I succeed. That is something that every successful person has ever told me. What's the secret to success? Guess what? Persistence, perseverance. Scroll number 4, I am nature's greatest miracle. Scroll number 5, live each day as if it were your last. Scroll number 6, master your emotions, something else I really dig deep in my own coaching. Scroll number 7, the power of laughter, learning how to just laugh at the world. I have this thing that I say, and it's, everybody says this thing where they go, we're going to laugh about this someday. Well, if you know that, just laugh about it now. You might as well. Just enjoy your life. Laughter is an amazing medicine. Scroll number 8, multiply your value every day. Scroll number 9, all is worthless without action. Action, 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 persistence, good habits, right? Scroll number 10, this is a scroll that it might sound funny for some of you, myself included before I started reading the last scroll, is pray to God for guidance. Now, with that said, there are some Christian underlying themes throughout this book. And normally for some of us, for myself included, that is not really my style. But it didn't turn me off. And if you're a Christian and reading this, you're going to love it. I believe that. If you're not a Christian, open your mind up to the possibility of what this book is saying. Because I'm reading through it, and I'm not a Christian myself, but I'm reading through it, and the that underlying theme in the book was almost necessary to get the point across. You'll know by the time you get to the 10th scroll what I'm talking about. This book was designed, that's all I'll say about the religious part of it. Pick it up if you're religious, pick it up if you're not. It can change your life. It'll change your sales, I'm sure. With that said, the book was intended to be read over the course of 10 months. You're supposed to read a scroll a month. You're supposed to read it 3 times a day for a month. And starting tomorrow, I'm reading a scroll a day 3 times. Scroll for 30 days, 3 times a day. For the next 10 months. And I will be implementing what it was suggested in this book, how to read this book. So I'll be doing that. Another recommendation I like to make, I think this is the best book on sales I've ever read. I was smiling ear to ear reading this. I was getting chills. I loved this book. I can't recommend it enough. If you're just getting into sales, this is more about the philosophy of it. So I would suggest this book with another one. I will find it right now. If I can find it. Here it is. I would suggest The Greatest Salesman in the World with another one of my favorites, Ziglar on Selling. This is a little more tangible, tools, practices to do, kind of my flavor. This is more of the philosophical side of of sales. So what are you waiting for? I'll leave the link to the link to the book on Amazon in the description below. Check it out. Just open your mind to this world and just the abundance that I'm sure is going to happen in my life for just reading this, and what may happen in your life as well. Let me know if you've read the book, what you thought of it, in the comments below. If you haven't read it, let me know if you're picking it up. I like to inspire you all to read these books. They've changed my life, helped impact my life. I think I'm super pumped on this right now because I just finished it. I just finished it 5 minutes ago, and I had to pull out the camera and take a few minutes and talk about this. The Greatest Salesman in the World. And if you're interested as well in this is for life and sales. I just dropped the other book. This is for life and sales. Strictly for sales, I'd recommend both of these books together. The only 2 books you ever need to read if you're a salesman. So all the best, be good, be awesome, be great, baby. Much love.